Browns' Dillon Gabriel accused of subtly calling out Shedeur Sanders again. Browns' Dillon Gabriel accused of subtly calling out Shedeur Sanders again originally appeared on the Sporting News. There's never a dull moment with the Cleveland Browns. It's often about the quarterback position, and that's true this week. Dillon Gabriel has been tapped to replace Joe Flacco as the starting QB for the Week 5 game in London against the Minnesota Vikings. Shedeur Sanders remains the number 3 quarterback, behind Flacco the backup. Gabriel spoke to the media Wednesday for the first time as an NFL starter, and he shared a story of a text message from a friend, who sent him a picture of a fire station. The message: "You never know when your time is coming, so like firefighters ready to spring into action, you better be ready." More: the key problem with Lamar Jackson's injury is his Ravens' backup QB. After explaining that interaction, Gabriel dropped a strong line. "You wait for the perfect time, you're gonna wait a whole lifetime. So for me, I've always been ready." That's certainly a good mentality to have at the most important position in sports. But of course, football fans are trying to find the subliminal message in what Gabriel said. More: can you name all 41 QBs to start for the Browns since 1999? Some were already convinced in the preseason that Gabriel had thrown subtle shade at Sanders, and that's being suggested again now. Sanders apparently rejected the idea of being drafted by the Baltimore Ravens in April before ending up with the Browns, and the idea would be that Gabriel is calling out Sanders for trying to dictate his own timing. That seems incredibly unlikely. Gabriel has nothing to gain from such a move. This is a guy with ample college experience at 3 different schools who set lots of records and is now about to make his first NFL start. Why in the world would he spend time thinking of low-key ways to insult someone in his own quarterback room? But humans like controversy, and so they seek it out. In this case, Gabriel just appears genuinely grateful to have this chance, and he's ready to seize it. More NFL news. Bo Nix keeps proving the haters wrong. Titans consider signing Hall of Famer's son. Ashton Jeanty has Michael Myers to thank for his sudden breakthrough. A.J. Brown put out quite the cryptic tweet after another quiet game. Spencer Rattler made another case as the Saints' starting QB, this time on his birthday. Colts legend retires at age 30. The Cleveland Browns quarterback room has become less like a professional NFL locker room and more like a reality show that keeps football fans glued to every episode. Week by week, the spotlight has shifted from Joe Flacco's veteran comeback to Shedeur Sanders' high-profile rookie season, and now, most curiously, to Dillon Gabriel, the rookie who was supposed to be under the radar but is suddenly at the center of intrigue. And this week, Gabriel is being accused, again, of subtly calling out Shedeur Sanders. Whether intentional or not, the Oklahoma transfer-turned-Brown starter has become a lightning rod for speculation, with analysts, fans, and even former players combing through his words like cryptologists searching for secret messages. The accusations might sound overblown, but in today's NFL media circus, even a passing comment can spark a wildfire. The spark: Gabriel's latest comments. It all started after a recent press conference where Gabriel was asked about leadership and earning respect as a rookie quarterback. His response seemed harmless on the surface. "In this league, respect isn't given because of your name, or where you come from, or who your dad is. It's earned by what you do on the field, every day, every snap." Boom. That was all it took. The moment those words left Gabriel's mouth, fans and media figures alike immediately connected the dots to Shedeur Sanders, the son of Hall of Famer and Colorado coach Deion "Primetime" Sanders. To some, it felt less like an innocent statement and more like a subtle jab at the Browns' other rookie QB. After all, Shedeur's NFL journey has been intertwined with the spotlight of his father's fame, a unique mix of privilege and pressure that Gabriel never had. And when Gabriel emphasized "who your dad is" in his answer, the subtext seemed obvious. Why people think it was about Shedeur. This isn't the first time Gabriel has made comments that could be read as targeting Sanders. Just a month ago, after being asked about how rookies handle pressure differently, Gabriel said, "Some guys are used to cameras and social media, some guys are used to just grinding. At the end of the day, you find out who's really built for Sundays." Once again, the football world couldn't help but draw the Shedeur connection. Sanders has been a social media magnet since his college days, posting highlights, flexing luxury watches, and amplifying his personal brand in ways few rookies have ever dared. Gabriel, meanwhile, has the opposite reputation: understated, team-oriented, quiet. So when he drops lines about grinding versus Cameras, people hear contrast. And contrast often feels like criticism. The locker room tension. Inside the Browns facility, the whispers are getting louder. Players reportedly have noticed the subtle shade as well, though not everyone agrees on how intentional it is. One anonymous player told a Cleveland beat writer, "Dillon doesn't strike me as the type to take shots. But I'll be honest, some guys took it that way." Everyone knows who the comment sounded like. Another source painted a different picture. "Look, Dillon and Shedeur are competing. That's normal. But Dillon's a straight shooter. If he wanted to call Shedeur out, he'd do it directly. People are making too much out of this." Regardless of who you believe, there's no denying the perception. And in a locker room where both rookies are fighting for snaps, perception can become reality very quickly. Media fuel on the fire. Of course, sports media has only fanned the flames. ESPN panels ran segments titled, "Gabriel's Subtle Shade?" Talk radio callers in Cleveland debated whether Gabriel is jealous of Shedeur's fame. Social media took the line, "Who your dad is," and plastered it over pictures of Shedeur in diamond watches and designer suits. The narrative writes itself, the blue-collar underdog versus the flashy golden boy. And in today's NFL, storylines like that aren't just entertainment, they shape public perception of careers. Deion Sanders' shadow. No matter what Shedeur does, the name Sanders will always carry both privilege and pressure. Deion Sanders' larger-than-life presence has already sparked debates around whether Shedeur gets too much attention compared to his peers. So when Gabriel emphasizes things like, "Respect isn't given because of who your dad is," it hits deeper. It doesn't matter if Gabriel meant it broadly, everyone hears it through the lens of Shedeur's famous last name. And Deion himself? He hasn't publicly responded this time, but history suggests he won't stay quiet forever. The last time a media figure went after his son, Deion fired back on social media within hours. The Sanders brand is as much about defending family as it is about football. Fans pick sides. Naturally, fans are divided. Shedeur supporters argue that Gabriel is insecure, trying to drag Sanders down because he can't match his star power. To them, Gabriel's comments sound like bitterness dressed as leadership. Gabriel's backers, on the other hand, see him as the embodiment of humility and grit.